So now we'll see how to do the recording. Okay. Suppose we can so we can talk about that UI demo, right? Or any application UI demo. Suppose I want to record the flow basically, right? So how can we record it, right? So now we are in initialization. Okay. So just click on the record. You can see on the top, right? This. After that, just indicate. Okay, just indicate this application. So it will say collecting target information. It has collected, right? And then we can start. Okay. So see this one. So you can see by default it will use this use application. Okay. Now we can go here, and here we are having different types of action, like we have to type, we have to get text, click, double click, take screenshot, right? But by default you can see the first field will be appropriate one. Okay. So go ahead, select. I have select, right? Then it will say uh, type the username. So I will type the username of the admin. Okay. Then go to the password, right? Just click control. Then type the password. Okay. Hit enter. I hit enter. Then click on the login, right? So it clicked on the login. Suppose this is for initialization, right? So we can save and return to this. So you can see it has created the flow for me, right? And if there are any additional activities, so you can see here it is like click activity, right? So delete it. It is not required. But as per our flow, it has used this use application, type username, type password, and then it will click on the sign. Okay. Now suppose we have to do rest of the flow, right? So what we can do, we can go here. Again, we can start the recording, right? So just indicate the screen. I have just indicated, right? Now we have to enter the value here, right? So go here. If you want to enter the value, you can enter it. Otherwise, we have to take it from the Excel, right? So just hit enter. Okay, it will consider it as a blank. Okay. Similarly, go to the honest check. It will be a blank, right? Go to the not honest check, blank, right? Click on the accept. Okay. Click on the accept. So I clicked on the accept. Okay. See. Now we have to capture transaction number, date, and sorry, time and date, right? So we can go here. If you just click on this arrow, right? There is small arrow. So here we can say click, double click, and all the things. So I will use get. Okay. And you can see it will say save to as well. So here itself we can create a variable also. So we can mention where trans now. Okay, once it is done, we can go right. We can capture this as well, right? It has captured, and here we can mention control K where trans time. This is the last. Okay, so we'll go control K where trans done, and then click on the save and return. Okay, so you can see whatever the actions we have performed, right? So here also it's using click, right? I think so. Delete. We don't require, right? So we can see it is typing into the caching. It is typing honest check, not honest check, accept, and then it will use this get text and it will store into the respective, right? So if you use this recording, what happens normally? We can reduce the time on creating the steps. Okay, that is the main purpose of record. Okay, clear? Okay. So can you please try quickly? But here, like if you go here, right? Suppose here we have to change, like close, never, right? Those things we have to do. Close, never, open, never, or okay, working. Okay. So now, like whatever we are doing, right, for the desktop application, same thing we can do for a web application also. Okay, there is no such difference between web application and desktop application. Okay, so suppose I want to do it for this one, right? So what we can do, very simple, go for the recording, right? Just click here, right? Okay, then enter the user, admin, right? Then enter the password, password, right? Then click on the login. Okay, I clicked on the login, but can you see, right? What it is considering login, it is considering it as a get text, right? But it is not get text, so we can delete it from here. Okay, I have deleted it, right? So go here, choose this drop down, and here we can mention click. Then it will consider it as a click. So in case such scenario, we have to tweak it according. Okay, and in between, if you done any mistake and if you want to take a pause, right, just click here, right, correct it. Okay, and then again start the record. Okay, so we can go create. So this is click. Okay, now we'll go to the drop down, right? So if having any value, we can take it, otherwise just hit enter. Okay, so it will be considered it as a select. Okay, so you can see all the available values to the drop down, right? Then similar way we can go for here. Okay, if you have value, we can select it or we can keep it blank as well. Doesn't. Right? And once it is done, we can return to this. Okay, clear? Any question, any doubt related to the recording? Maybe you can try it, right? As practice when you are doing the task at home. Okay, clear? Or
Yes, sir.
now we'll go to the next thing. Okay, we are having another recording type, right? So we have seen this app recorder, right? But there is one more recorder is there, computer vision. Okay, computer vision. So why there is a computer vision? Why there is this separate recorder are available here, right? So why so? Because we are having two types of application, right? Peak client and theme client. Okay. So can anyone aware about it? Like what we mean by peak client and what we mean by theme client? Any idea?
Yeah, yeah, Vaibhav here.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
basically, Vaibhav, the applications where the majority of the processing is done on your client side, they are known as thick client application, though they are client server application. So, and the applications where majority of the processing is done on the thin client, like we need a kind of, there is some kind of client installed in your desktop, but it is the majority of the processing is done on the website, so they are known as the thin client. So
Yep.
basically thick, for example, earlier I used to use, for example, Lotus Notes, maybe Microsoft Outlook Express, where it is installed in our system. Majority of the processing is done, but it is connected to server. If server is down, then we will not receive any emails. So those are, and there are some ERP applications also, you can say, for example, Oracle Financial ERP. So they are installed in the system, but they are connected with the server.
Okay. Yeah, very true. So, okay. So suppose what are the three clients? Three clients means which are installed on our system, and we are getting a proper select. For example, okay, we are getting a proper selector, right? So if you are getting the proper selectors, right, then it's well and good, right? It will be easy to automate. Okay, but there are few applications, right, where we will not get the select. Okay, suppose if you want to automate mainframe, right? If you want to automate the mainframe, so obviously mainframe it's like maybe a black screen, right? So here we are not having any selectors, right? So if we are not having any selector, so this our type into click, select atom, those will not work because it requires selectors to identify that particular object. Okay. Or imagine you are working on any VDI, Citrix, okay. So where your UiPath is installed on your machine and you are accessing the application or you are automating the application which are inside the Citrix or which are inside the VDI. Okay, right? So if you want to automate such cases, right? Suppose we are accessing any application through the VDI or Citrix, obviously will not get a selector because there is a intermediate layer called as Citrix or VDI, right? So it will consider it as an image, okay, because we'll not get a selectors, right? So such type of applications are called as a thin client application, okay, where we will not get the selectors at all from that, okay. So if you want to automate such applications, we have to use a computer, right? But computer vision need to work on an image base, right? So image based automation is still a tedious task for any organization, and we should avoid it because it's totally depending on the positioning and that particular image. If something got changed here and there, right? Still it won't work, right? So now we can consider like the UI path is on our system and sit and uh, this UiDemo application, for example, right? A training order system application or any web application which is inside the client environment. Okay. And we have to automate it, right? So in that case, we'll not able to use our normal typing to our app recorder and all that, right? In that case, we have to take the help of computer, right? So how to use it or how it will work? Just click on the computer vision. Okay. Click on the record. As soon as we click on the record, just click. Okay. I just click, right? Then what action we have to perform? It is available here, right? We have to type, and this is limited. Okay. So you will not able to achieve like large scale automation, right? So low to medium level automation or mostly low category automation will be able to automate. So click on the type, right? So go here. Okay. Then click admin, right? We'll go. Right? This is password. Okay. And log, right? Suppose I will just mention uh, save and exit. Okay. So can you see how it is recognizing that particular application, those fields, right? See how it is recognizing. It's recognizing your demo logo is there, minimize, maximize, close button, login, username, password, right? Similar way, if you go to the type into, right, it is recognizing this, and if you go to the edit, right, will not have edit selector, right? It having edit on the screen. Edit on the screen means if you want to like recapture it or something like that, right? But you can't see the selectors here. Okay, same thing is available here as well, and you can see how it is recognizing. It is recognizing with the help of this uh, informative screenshot, right? So it will find out this username, okay, and then it will type. It will find out the password, then it will type here, right? And tomorrow, if this username got changed, right, or this password name got changed, it won't work. Why? Because it is it is finding that particular name, that finding that particular field as an image, right? So which is very similar to the Disney movie character, right? So where what happened, that person will check that photo, right, and then will verify with the person, right? And if it matches, then only he understand, like, yes, this is the target, okay, right? The same thing being used here, okay. And during the image based automation, it might also happen. Currently, this is opening like this. If it is opening like this, right, it might won't work, okay, or even the position may be changed, right? It won't work. Also, the screen resolution where we have developed, right, and the production screen resolution is different. Still, there might be the possibility like this automation can fail. In addition to that, let me run this, okay, so you can understand. Uh, this automation, in addition to that, right, uh, this automation will take more time as compared to our normal automation. Why? Because it will try to search that particular field, username. Then it will go to that, right? So it will take more time as compared to our normal automation. Can you see? Right? See how slowly it is starting. Correct? So if you want to see, very simple, you can build our flow with normal app recorder or normal activities, and with the help of CV, right? You can see the time difference, right? So it here it will downgrade the performance of automation. Okay. So the best practices, right? We can convince to our client, right? Like if they want to automate something, they can install the UiPath into their environment, and maybe we can take the control and of that machine and we can develop, right? Why? Because as I said, it is very tedious to automate. It can fail due to screen resolution, due to positioning, right, or any small field change, right? So it's a best practice. We can convince to the client. They can have UiPath installed on their machine, either it may be VDI, Citrix, or something, and then we can do the automation. Because this tool having all types of security, data security compliances like HIPAA compliances, SOC certifications, right, or any GDPR certification. So no need to be worried about any data security. Okay, clear? Any question on this or any doubt?
So,
Let's say
Vaibhav,
if
just
Mhm. Yeah, please go.
sorry,
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
But let's say if the position of the elements change, will that also impact?
So yes, I
Because
said there
it's
might be the possibility. Okay, for few application it will work, for few it won't. So there might be possible. Yeah, Gautam, you are saying.
So, Vaibhav, like you explained about the security aspect. So, you are rightly saying because client always create problem and they don't allow these access. So is there any kind of documentation like you have mentioned GDPR and all those things are there? which we can refer to client. Look, this tool have all these security features, so you don't have to worry, and we can install in your server. Is there
Yeah,
any?
yeah.
Yeah,
See,
okay.
what happens? Already documentation is there, but still, suppose what happened, right? Few of the clients are very reluctant to do that, right? So
Yes, yes.
what happens when we are purchasing the license, right? We'll have the support from the UiPath. Okay. So, if any kind of such situations are coming or your automations are not working as expected, so they will provide the support. We can raise a ticket and they will try to resolve it. Okay. So, even they will set up the call also, right? So, in that case, if you want to connect to the client, to those people, right, very well, UiPath is providing the support in that group also. And if they want, right? Suppose we will go to the Google and we'll give it to them, even though it's from UiPath side, right? Maybe client will not agree. So such cases, if they want any documentation or any the copy of those things, right? The UiPath team is providing.
It is fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are taking care of all.
Mm.
Okay, because outside the environment, it will be very tricky actually, right? We have to do a lot of unnecessary things, right? But if have that UI path on that system where we have all the applications and all, right? It will be always good. So during the initial days, or maybe I can say till last 2 years, it was the case, but now everyone understood those things, right? Like this tool having much mature, right? They are having all kinds of data securities implemented, and also client nowadays they are understanding it, but still a few people are there who don't understand it or they never heard about it, right? So they will be having some concern. So we can convince to them by giving all the proper justifications and all. So obviously they will understand it.